Okay. Agoraphobia is the fear that the place you are is uneasy or unable to be escaped from. This is the fear that many who had the misfortune of being involved with the now dead transmedia franchise and cult known as Averno had, including one August Greenwood. August Greenwood is many things: a friend, a musician, a playwright, a TikToker, also named Riley, and a victim. This is most apparent in their song demo released on December 17th, 2021, called Agora.
Nothing I do seems to help me get out of my bed. I'm digging up water and sand, and the trees lining the woods have a grudge against me. I'm sorry for abandoning the person that I used to be, though I know it was right. I'm not good at lying. I should be worried for getting a year. The body has ways to remember the fear, and all I can hear, Agora in my ear. There's no way I'm not 15 anymore. I can't stand checking my calendar. It won't stop shedding pages, and every day is the same.
If you know anything about Greenwood and their life, then you would know that this song is very clearly in reference to their time with Averno. But if you don't know what Averno is, here's a quick explanation. Imagine the interconnectivity of the storytelling of the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the world of Gravity Falls. This is the easiest way to describe Averno, but Averno was more than that. Whereas Marvel chose to use only movies and TV shows to tell their stories, Averno had many forms of media to tell their stories. A podcast, a webcomic, an ARG, and music. On TikTok, August Riley Greenwood is currently known as Riley Writes Musicals, and with a handle like that, it's pretty clear what they do best. Cooking.
Spanish cooks down.
Oh yeah, and they also write musicals. Hot off the success of their musical Antonia, Greenwood was recruited by Morgan Smith, creator of the Averno Transmedia franchise, to do just what their handle says: write musicals. In addition to other music, they created the musical Willow, which was not only the first musical in the Averno universe, it was also the first of 3 in a contract with Broadway Records. After doing much work with Averno, Greenwood and a few of their friends that had also joined the project left with seemingly no public explanation. That was until late June 2021, when the document Why We Left or Are Leaving Averno was released. This is a compilation of statements, some anonymous, some not, from various people who worked on Averno, including August Greenwood. I'm not going to cover the entire document, and not even August's entire statement, as only parts of it involve the lyrics of this song. However, I will link it in the description, and I highly encourage you to read it. There are several references to Riley's statement in the song. Namely, they talk about how they aren't 15 anymore, which was the age they were when they were first discovered. They talk about how they aren't the person that they were when they joined, and how regrettably they have left that person in the past. Of course, that person in the past was manipulated and endangered. Why would anyone want to go back to such a time in their life? Well, it's not necessarily the time in their life, but rather the art they created and the friends they made. Their best friend and roommate Sushi Susie was talking with Greenwood on a live stream, and in talking about their regrets, they first mentioned Averno, but then retracted the statement, saying that they made friends with Averno and that therefore they didn't regret it. At least not the whole thing. And knowing a few other people who are on Averno, this seems to be the general consensus. They enjoy the friends they made, the connections they now have that were only possible because they all knew each other through Averno. August even says in their statement that the people who made the soundtrack for the most controversial piece of Averno media, Dazed, a new musical, was good. And you know they have to mean it because Dazed was a project that was stolen out from under them. And even with all the other controversial decisions that were made regarding Dazed, the fact that they still think the soundtrack was great, it really says a lot. Well, of course, I've never endured anything like Averno. I will say that I sympathize with Greenwood and other people who feel the same way as them. It's hard to let go of a time in your life that has so much good, even when it has so much bad. If and when a full version of Agora is released, I will make a more in-depth video essay with a thesis and writing it out. But until then, I hope all of you enjoyed this video.